far in the windswept, icy wilderness of Russia's Kola Peninsula. Surrounded by endless stretches of tundra, where the horizon dissolves into a gray sky and the air tastes of iron and snow, lies a forgotten relic of human ambition. A rusted, circular metal cap that seals away what was once the deepest point ever reached into the Earth's crust. The Kola Superdeep Borehole. A project that began in 1970 at the height of the Cold War, when the Soviet Union, locked in a fierce rivalry with the United States, sought not only to dominate space, but to claim victory in exploring the one frontier we all stand upon, the very ground beneath our feet. It was a mission born of equal parts scientific curiosity, national pride, and a quiet competitive response to America's own project, Mohole, which had aimed to drill through the ocean floor to reach the Earth's mantle, but had been abandoned due to spiraling costs, leaving the Soviets an open field to pursue the dream of touching the Moharovicic discontinuity, the fabled boundary between the crust and mantle known simply as the Moho. It's a mysterious region that could reveal secrets about Earth's birth, its hidden geology, and even the processes that shape continents and fuel volcanoes. The chosen site, a remote patch of bedrock in the Murmansk Oblast near the Norwegian border, was selected for its stable geology and minimal seismic activity, but also for the logistical advantage of existing Soviet research infrastructure, and here, under the banner of pure science. Massive drilling rigs rose from the frozen ground, their towering frames glistening with frost in the pale Arctic sun, as engineers and geologists assembled specialized equipment capable of surviving pressures and temperatures never before encountered by humans. The drill bit began its descent in May of 1970, cutting through layers of Precambrian rock older than any human civilization. And as the years passed, the shaft grew deeper and deeper. A narrow cylinder only 23 centimeters wide, yet stretching kilometers into the crust. A metal straw piercing the skin of the planet, and at each depth, core samples were hauled to the surface, revealing pages of Earth's hidden diary. Strata that recorded ancient oceans, vanished mountain ranges, and even traces of life from a time when our world was a very different place. Scientists expected, based on seismic readings, to encounter a basalt layer beneath the granite at around 7 kilometers. But when they reached that depth, they found no such boundary. Instead, the granite continued, metamorphosed by heat and pressure, its composition forcing geologists to reconsider decades of assumptions about how seismic waves behave. And as the bit chewed through rock, another shock awaited them. Water. Not seeping from the surface, but locked deep within mineral structures, ancient and pure. Liberated only when the rock was fractured, a find that proved the deep crust was not as dry and lifeless as previously thought. At around 6 to 7 kilometers down, they found something even more astonishing: microscopic fossils of single-celled organisms. It's over 2 billion years old, preserved in mineral form. The remnants of an ancient biosphere entombed in darkness since before complex life had ever taken shape on Earth. Their carbon structures astonishingly intact despite the crushing pressures and blistering heat surrounding them. By the mid-1980s, the borehole had reached an unprecedented 12,262 meters, over 7.6 miles. Deeper than Mount Everest is tall. Yet the dream of reaching the mantle was slipping away, because as they descended, temperatures rose far beyond predictions, soaring to 180 degrees Celsius, 356 degrees Fahrenheit. At the bottom, enough to turn the surrounding rock into a plastic-like state that dulled and warped even the toughest drill bits, making progress slower and more dangerous, while hydrogen gas bubbled up through the drilling mud in unexpected bursts, hinting at strange chemical processes occurring far beneath our feet. Still, the work continued, driven by the hunger to push just a little further. Until 1989, when the combined pressures of extreme heat, technological limits, and the crumbling Soviet economy forced the project to stop. The towering rigs dismantled, the site left to the Arctic winds, and the world's deepest man-made point quietly sealed beneath a metal lid no larger than a dinner plate. Yet the story did not end there, for in the years that followed, the Kola Superdeep Borehole became the subject of wild rumors, most famously the well-to-hell myth. A fabricated tale that claimed Soviet scientists had lowered a microphone into the hole and recorded the screams of the damned. A hoax born from a Finnish tabloid amplified by sensational media and eagerly believed by some who saw in this strange deep scar in the earth a gateway to something supernatural. In reality, no voices echoed from the depths, only the cold truth of geology. Yet even stripped of myth, the borehole's findings changed science forever, revealing that the crust is more complex, more saturated with water, more anciently alive, and far hotter than anyone imagined. And though it represents less than 0.2% of Earth's radius, this slender shaft remains a monument to human determination and the limits of our technology. Today, the site is a ghost of its former self, the buildings decaying, the drilling equipment gone, the metal cap cold under the polar sun. Yet for those who stand there, feeling the wind rush across the barren plain, it is impossible not to imagine the darkness that lies beneath, the miles of rock that conceal secrets older than life itself, and to wonder whether someday with new methods, perhaps laser drilling, plasma boring, or self-heating mechanical moles, we might plunge deeper still, maybe even break through to the mantle to see firsthand the realm we have so far only dreamed of touching. Until then, the deepest hole on Earth remains a silent witness to the greatest underground journey ever attempted. A reminder that no matter how far we have come, there are still worlds beneath our feet waiting to be discovered. And as long as we have the courage to drill into the unknown, our understanding of the planet we call home will keep expanding into the depths. So if this glimpse into the heart of the Earth has stirred your curiosity, make sure to like, subscribe, and join us again as we journey into more of the world's strangest, most extraordinary scientific frontiers.